Good evening from Tarboro Municipal Stadium on this beautiful sunny evening as Camden Martindale starts on the mound for the River Bandits against the OBX Scallywags. The 0-1 pitch is low and away as on the plate at the moment, leading off for the OBX Scallywags is Aiton Feather, their third baseman. The 1-1 pitch, as that is lined into center field, and Ethan Barnes is there to make the play. Out number one. Quick out for Camden Martindale to start the game, as the Scallywags shortstop, Alex Uloa, is up at the plate. That pitch is in there for strike one. River Bandits have played the Scallywags twice already this season, defeating them both times. Once in Municipal Stadium as the pitch is home and hits the net. Bounces up from the ground. They beat them 3-2 at home and destroyed them 15-3 in Outer Banks. They're looking to repeat that outing with Camden Martindale on the mound. The pitch home, as that's a swing and a miss for strike two. So Martindale ahead in the count early. Already a quick out for him. The 1-2 pitch is just barely hit to Martindale. Throws it to first to Jack Nielsen, and he gets out number two. Two quick outs from Martindale.
Left fielder number 22, Hayden Freeze.
And that brings up Hayden Freeze, the lefty left fielder. So that's outside for ball one. Tonight, the Pine Top Little League took the field with the River Bandits during the national anthem. Players signed their bats, balls, and made them feel special. So that pitch comes home for strike one. River Bandits are 3-2 to start the season, while the Scallywags are 1-3-1. Pitch home is outside. Ball two. The 2-1 pitch. Looks in at Daniels. And just misses the inside corner.
Hey, good pitch there, kid.
No one on the bags here in the top of the first. Hayden Freeze on the plate. Pitch home. Big swing and a miss. Works the full count. Leading off for the River Bandits to start the first inning would be J.B. Bell. He's ready to get this game started. See if Martindale can get out of it with the payoff pitch, and it's lined down the first base line and foul.
Full count.
So we'll do it again with the full count. Essen Snyder went and got that foul ball out in foul territory. Martindale with the payoff pitch. Big swing and a miss for strike three. Martindale works 1-2-3 to start the first and gets the River Bandits up in the bottom of the first. We'll see J.B. Bell to lead off for the River Bandits in just a moment on YouTube Live. We're back in the bottom of the first inning after Camden Martindale went 1-2-3 on the Scallywags, and Evan Panjwani is on the mound for the Scallywags as he gets his first pitch in for a strike against the leadoff hitter for the River Bandits, J.B. Bell, our second baseman tonight.
They gave you this. You might want to tell somebody.
The 0-1 pitch. It's just in there inside for strike two. So J.B. Bell down in the count early, 0-2. He looks at that one high for ball one. J.B. Bell at Motlow State this past season. The 1-2 pitch. Rope down the third baseline and foul.
Foul ball brought to you by Cotton Valley Golf Course.
At Motlow State, he had a .212 batting average, 52 at bats, 14 runs, 11 hits, 9 walks, 13 RBIs, 2 doubles, and 2 home runs. As here's the 1-2 pitch, as that's inside for ball two. Looked like the same spot he got his strike one call in. J.B. Bell trying to get a leadoff rally here. Start the game hot. The 2-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss, but he gets to the backstop and he doesn't realize that he's running to first. Is he going to get there in time? The ball is high and he's not. He's safe. He gets there safely. That ball is outside of the first baseman's glove and he can't get there in time.
Now the third baseman, number 18, Preston Shelton. Is that an error? Is that considered an error? I would think so. I mean, he was like halfway over the line when they threw it.
J.B. Bell reaches after it gets to the backstop on their catcher. Jack Ryan could not complete that play as that ball gets in there for strike one. Throws it over to first, just offline. Evan Panjwani with the 0-1 pitch. That is in the dirt for ball one. It's got to be frustrating, your first batter getting a strikeout, and it gets to the backstop, and the runner reaches. See if he can work out of that. J.B. Bell with a slight lead. He's going as he grounds it out to shortstop. There's no play at second. The throw to first in time for out number one.
Now batting the first baseman, number 27, Jack Nielsen.
The River Bandits are having a J.T. Winstead Memorial Scholarship Award, which was established in 2022 by his family in the loving memory of an exceptional young man. Its purpose is to recognize an outstanding graduating high school senior each year and encourage others to emulate the qualities J.T. demonstrated effortlessly in his life. As that ball gets in there for strike one. Jack Nielsen on the plate. Jack Nielsen, our first baseman tonight, with J.B. Bell on second. Pitch home. He swings and grounds it out to shortstop. His play's going to be at third. He's going to slide in, and he gets there safe. And Jack Nielsen gets to first safe as well.
Now batting the right fielder, number 16,
So Alex Uloa could not make the play to third base in time to get JBL, and that lets Jack Nielsen get to safe to first. Now there's runners on the corners as Jack Nielsen is going, and he's going to slide in safely, and the run gets home. J.B. Bell, great base running from Bell as he sees the throw from the catcher Jack Ryan high, and he takes off to home. Gets in a run early for the River Bandits, no throw at home. So Panjwani already has a run in, and that is strike one. Eston Snyder at the plate. Eston Snyder has the River Bandits one home run on the season, and that is his one hit on the season. He is the cleanup batter tonight. Let's see what he can do. That ball's out. Oh, calls that a strike. That looked outside. Great frame by the catcher, Jack Ryan. So Jack Nielsen at second, after a late jump from him, gets J.B. Bell home. Pitch home, and he ropes it into right field. Josh Folks makes the play, and Jack Nielsen tags to go to third, and he's going to get in there safely.
Now batting the shortstop, number 14, Brandon Phillips.
Brandon Phillips at the plate. Shortstop tonight for the River Bandits with one on third base and 2 outs. Trying to get that second run home in the first inning. He swings and misses for strike one. Jack Nielsen on third base. Brandon Phillips at Spartanburg Methodist this past season. The 0-1 pitch comes home, and another swing and a miss on Phillips. Down in the count early, as was J.B. Bell. Trying to get Jack Nielsen home. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And that's high and outside for ball one. Evan Panjwani trying to work off that strikeout and reach on error from J.B. Bell, and that gets him home. This could be a different inning if Jack Ryan could have thrown that to first in time. As that ball's way outside, Jack Nielsen gets back to third safely. Here's the 2-2 pitch with Jack Nielsen on third and 2 outs. That's another ball outside. Brandon Phillips works the count from 0-2 to full count. Brandon Phillips with a .312 batting average in Tarboro this season and 18 plate attempts. Has 4 singles and a triple. The full count pitch and another swing and a miss. Throws it to first and gets the third out. Evan Panjwani does have 1 run allowed, and the River Bandits take the 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. We'll see you back here on YouTube Live as the Scallywags will try to respond in the top of the second. Josh Folks leading off for the OBX Scallywags here in the top of the second as that ball gets in there for strike one. River Bandits score one in the bottom of the first, get an early lead as they've done so in both games against the Scallywags. That pitch is a big swing and a miss from Josh Folks. Josh Folks, Campbell's roster this past season, did not play. Campbell was a great organization, made the regionals this season. 0-2 pitch for Martindale as that's grounded out, foul on the third base line. Folks does have a big frame. Can see him being a power hitter. Camden Martindale up in the count. Pitch home and a big swing and a miss. He went fishing for that one outside for out number one.
The center fielder, number 12, Cole Mascolo.
Cole Mascolo at the plate. He fouls that back into the netting for strike one. Cole Mascolo, their center fielder. So 0-1 pitch is outside for ball one. Massive crowd here in Tarboro. I didn't even see it on our side. Can't see with my angle. Where's the 1-1 pitch? As that's outside. Almost every seat is filled on the River Bandit side. It's a great night for some baseball. So Martindale takes time, steps back off the mound. Baseball is on the field. Umpire throws it off. So Martindale's 2-1 pitch. So that's fouled, out of play.
Don't hit the Vega, please. Don't hit the Vega. I can see it. I can see the.
Camden Martindale played at Centralia this past season with a 4.75 ERA and 11 appearances. His 2-2 pitch to Mascolo. That's just down the third base line and foul. So Mascolo is working this at bat, 2-2 here. Martindale's working fairly fast. The 2-2. Grounded out to J.B. Bell. The throw to Jack Nielsen in time for out number two.
The designated hitter, number 9, Greer Farr.
Greer Farr, their DH tonight. Lefty DH for the Scallywags with 2 outs. Martindale has went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to start this game. Perfect for the River Bandits. That pitch is missed somewhere. I don't know where that missed. For ball one. The 1-0. That's outside for ball two. So Martindale, in his first start, went 3 1/3, took the loss. The 2-0 pitch hits him in the butt for a hit-by-pitch walk. I must have jinxed it right after I said he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as now there's a runner on first. So their 7th hitter in the batting lineup. Jack Ryan, their catcher, with a man on first and 2 outs. Pitch home is in there for strike one. As I was saying, Martindale's River Bandit stats, 3 1/3, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, and 3 walks. So his first outing was not to his standard as the appeal, and he goes for strike two. Right now, Martindale is looking lights out other than that hit by pitch. See if he can get out of that. He's ahead in the count here against Jack Ryan. 0-2 pitch. And that's in there for strike 3, a backwards K for Martindale, and he leaves a runner stranded on first after the hit by pitch. The River Bandits will try to add on to their 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second in just a moment. We'll see you back here on YouTube Live. Armani Newton leading off for the River Bandits in the bottom of the second as he started his first game this past outing. He had 3 plate attempts, 2 hits, and a double in that game. That gets in there for strike 1. Evan Panjwani back on the mound after 1 run is scored in the first inning, as that gets out of Jack Ryan's glove for ball 1. Armani Newton at John Carroll Catholic High School, 29 games played, 382 batting average, 89 at-bats, 26 runs, 34 hits, and 15 walks. As the 1-1 pitch is there, and that's fouled down the third base line and out of play. Had 24 RBIs, 7 doubles, and 7 triples. He's a speedy guy, as we saw in the last game against the Edenton Steamers. He's really our only bat that was alive that game other than Colin Hughes' pinch hit in the 9th inning. So the 1-2 pitch is upstairs for ball 2. Have a lot of speedy guys in this outfield we've seen already in our first 5 games. Lots of diving plays, and they all have great arms. The 2-2 pitch. In there for strike 3. Armani Newton goes down light looking for the first out of the inning.
Now batting the catcher.
Phillips Daniels at the plate after Armani Newton goes down looking. That ball gets in there for strike 1. Phillips Daniels, our catcher tonight. Played at Citadel this past season and 14 games played with a 133 batting average. So 1 out, 1 strike here. As that's swung on and fouled back into the netting. So Panjwani is getting ahead of the count early here, first 2 at-bats.
I think he had 3 strikeouts looking. I know he had at least 2.
Down 0-2 in the count. Phillips Daniels has not struck out so far this season, as that's in the dirt. Let's see if he can keep that going. It's a nice feat to have, not striking out. Has a .333 batting average in Tarboro this season, 7 plate attempts, 2 hits, 2 singles, an RBI, and 1 walk. The 1-2 is in there for strike 3 looking.
What'd I tell you?
Evan Panjwani painting the outside corner.
The center fielder, number 10, Ethan Barnes.
Ethan Barnes now at the plate after 2 consecutive strikeouts from Panjwani. Ethan Barnes hits that past the second baseman for a base knock. Stays at first. So a 2-out single for Ethan Barnes on the first pitch from
The
Panjwani.
designated hitter, number 5, Brent.
Brent Riddle, our DH for the night in our 9-hole.
He only made it 17 seconds.
After Ethan Barnes just lined a single past the second baseman Riley Finkelson. Finkelson couldn't get there in time. So 1 man on, 2 outs here for Brent Riddle. As the runner goes, he's in a pickle. He's going to slide in, and he gets in there safe. He slides under the tag. Slides feet first under the tag, and Alex Uloa cannot place the tag in time. So it looked like he was dead to rights at second. Panjwani caught him stealing, threw it to first. First baseman James Duncan threw it to Alex Uloa, the shortstop, and he just slid right under that tag. Umpires are having a meeting here around the mound.
Folks, don't forget to tell your friends about the Tarboro River Bandits live stream on YouTube, so if they couldn't make it to the ballpark tonight, they can tune in from home.
The call stands. He is safe at second.
Missed the tag.
Ethan Barnes slides right under that tag. Panjwani can't be happy about that. So Brent Riddle still hasn't seen a pitch yet at the plate. Our 9-hole DH. Ethan Barnes with a slight lead at second. The pitch home and a big swing and a miss from Brent Riddle for strike 1. Camera angle should be better tonight, even if the netting gets hit a little bit. I tightened it up. Might have been my fault this past outing. If you guys were tuning in, the camera just kept moving. And here's the 0-1 pitch. That's in there on the corner for strike 2. Panjwani is dotting that corner up.
Yeah. The short gray hair.
So ahead in the count once again, 0-2 count for Brent Riddle with a man on second. Love to get another run in. He looks back at Ethan Barnes to pitch home, and that is hit, blooped over to left field, and there's a diving play made from Hayden Freeze that saves a run. What a play from Hayden Freeze to end the inning for the River Bandits, as the River Bandits still have a 1-0 lead heading into the top of the third. We'll see you back here on YouTube Live. We're back in Tarboro Municipal Stadium in the top of the third as the Outer Banks Scallywags first baseman James Duncan is at the plate as he looks at strike one. Camden Martindale still on the mound in the third inning as that is hit right back up past the pitcher, and that's going to be a base knock for James Duncan.
The second baseman, number 2, Riley Finkelstein.
First hit of the game against Martindale. He did have a hit by pitch this past inning. So he has been pitching great. That one comes right back at him. Has to jump away, and there's no play for either J.B. Bell or Brandon Phillips. As there's a bunt down the third base line and foul. Almost had a good bunt. Just goes foul down that third base line. Riley Finkelstein, their second baseman in the 9-hole. No outs and a strike here in the top of the third. OBX has been struggling here to start the season, 1-3-1, as the River Bandits are 3-2. River Bandits trying to get to their fourth win. 3 wins against the Outer Banks Scallywags if they win tonight. So that ball's outside for ball 1. Ground ball would be your best friend here for Martindale as he throws back to first, and Duncan slides in safely. Awkward slide for Duncan getting back in. He wasn't too far off the bag. I don't think he needed to do that. So the 1-1 pitch is upstairs for ball 2.
Already sold out?
Sold out by the top of the third inning.
Wow.
How about that, man?
As that pitch comes home for strike 2. River Bandits fans have already destroyed the brisket being sold here, already sold out here at Tarboro Municipal Stadium. If you're here, probably not on the live stream, but a massive crowd here on the River Bandit side. As that's a big swing and a miss for strike 3. Martindale works the count back in his favor and gets out Riley Finkelstein.
The third baseman, number 11, Aiden Feather.
Back at the top of the batting order for the Scallywags as Aiden Feather, their third baseman, comes up to the plate with 1 man on and 1 out. Martindale looks at the sign. The pitch home is outside for ball 1.
Folks, quick announcement, we are out of brisket.
River Bandits holding on to that 1-0 lead early here in the top of the third inning. The 1-0 pitch is roped down the third base line and foul. James Duncan sitting on first base, waiting for something to happen. Hopefully Martindale pitch out of this inning, strand him at first. The 1-1 pitch with 1 out. As that is outside for ball 2. And Jawani seemed to be getting that call a little bit in that outside corner. Martindale can't get it, and the count goes to 2-1. So the 2-1 pitch is there. It is for strike 2. Working that outside corner with a fastball. James Duncan inching his way towards second. 2-2 pitch is sharply hit to the third base side. The play at second, and it can't get scooped up from J.B. Bell. Both going to be safe. Almost a great diving play from Brandon Phillips over to J.B. Bell.
The shortstop, number 8, Alex Yaloa.
That brings up Alex Uloa, their shortstop, which in our first outing, the 3-2 win at Municipal Stadium, he had a few great plays, 2 defensive plays and a big hit late in that game. River Bandits did end up winning 3-2, and their second game dominated 15-3. River Bandits hoping to get that dominating victory again, as that is popped up in foul territory. Jack Nielsen under the ball to make the play for out number 2. Big pitch, big pop-up for Martindale.
The
After working few at bats, Martindale's pitch count has worked up a little bit in this top of the third. Gets a 1-pitch, 1 pop-up out over to Jack Nielsen and foul territory on the first base side. 2 on, 2 out. First and second. The pitch home is out. Ooh, in there for strike 1. Martindale trying to strand 2. James Duncan at second. The 0-1 pitch is hit, grounded out over to the shortstop side. Brandon Phillips bobbles and cannot make the play as a pitch or throw over to third. Not in time to get the runner out. So just a tricky bounce over for Brandon Phillips off the mound. Bobbles it a little bit and there's no play anywhere. Bags are now loaded with 2 outs. As their cleanup hitter, Josh Folks, off the Campbell roster, is up to bat. See what Martindale can do. All eyes on him with the bags loaded. As that's grounded out to J.B. Bell on the second base side. He scoops it up, throw to Jack Nielsen. In time for out number 3. He leaves the bases stranded. What a play from J.B. Bell to get to that ball and throw it. Jack Nielsen snags it off an offline throw. Great job by the River Bandits to strand them, and we'll see you here in the bottom of the third. The River Bandits are very happy with that outcome from Martindale and will try to add on to their 1-0 lead. We're back in Tarboro Municipal Stadium as J.B. Bell leading off in the top of the bottom of the third inning. He is our leadoff hitter for the night, and he looks at that one for appeals, and that is ball 1. Check swing over to the first base umpire. He did not go. So a 1-0 count here for J.B. Bell, as he hits it right back to the Evan Ponjwani, and it gets into center field for another base knock. J.B. Bell looking terrific tonight. J.B. Bell made the amazing play at second with the bases loaded to get it over to Jack Nielsen for out number 3. Was a hard hit ball, and he got to it just in time before it got into right field. As that is in for strike 1. Preston Shelton at the plate after J.B. Bell hit that single. No outs. J.B. Bell with a short lead at first. Pitch home is fouled out of play. So Shelton down in the count early, 0-2, with JB Bell on first. The pitch home is outside. JB Bell thinking about going to second, thought that ball might get to the backstop. 1-2 count. Preston Shelton with a .278 batting average and 21 plate attempts here for the River Bandits. .381 on base percentage. The throw back to first. JB Bell is in there on time. Shelton has 5 hits, 5 singles, an RBI, 2 walks, and a strikeout for the River Bandits so far this season. Shelton has been an everyday guy as JB Bell slides in safely back at first. Evan Panjwani watching JB Bell at first, making sure he's not stealing second. Throw it back again, and the tag is applied not in time. 3 straight throwbacks. JB Bell keeps sliding in safely.
Hey, let's connect the dots here.
So still a 1-2 count here on Preston Shelton. And this time he goes and he grounds it out to the shortstop side. The throw over to first gets him out just in time. Alex Uloa, as I talked about, made some spectacular plays in his first outing. Makes a great play over to first to get Preston Shelton out. Off shoulder, off balance play for Alex Uloa. Jack Nielsen at the plate. Had a single his first at bat with a man on second now. JB Bell, the short lead at second. Pitch home is in there for strike one. Clips the inside corner. So it was a hit and run. Could not get to first safely, Preston Shelton, after an amazing play from Alex Uloa to throw it over on that shortstop side. JB Bell still safe at second. Dancing around that second base bag is a big swing and a miss from Jack Nielsen as he missed that completely, as that was an inside ball. Nielsen has looked great as a River Bandit with a .333 average and 12 plate attempts, a .500 on base percentage with 3 hits. 5 RBIs already to start the season. The 0-2 pitch as he lines that into their bullpen. Still an 0-2 count. Panjwani seems to be getting ahead of the batters early. Still, River Bandits have a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. JB Bell on second. 0-2 pitch as that's hit right to Alex Uloa. Alex Uloa over to first, and that is scooped up from the first baseman, James Duncan. Alex Uloa with a low throw. He goes and high fives his first baseman, James Duncan, after he bailed him out on that low throw. Eston Snyder, the batter for the River Bandits, with a man on third and 2 outs. Another opportunity for the River Bandits to add on to their 1-0 lead with a man on third, and that's a swing and a miss for Eston Snyder for strike one. 9 plate attempts, only 1 hit for Snyder. That 1 hit, as I mentioned earlier, was a home run, a 2-run home run at that, as that ball's outside for ball 1. So JB Bell at third base in the grass, short lead. See if Eston Snyder can get him home. The 1-1 is bounced up past the catcher. Nice block from Jack Ryan. Keep that from going to the backstop, and JB Bell getting in safely. JB Bell had the first run of the game when he was on third base with runners on the corners after Jack Nielsen went for a steal at second. And the throw over to second, JB Bell just walks in with no throw. Looked like deja vu when that ball hit the dirt, almost getting to the backstop, and JB walking in easily again. We'll see the 2-1 count as that is popped up over onto our side above the stadium and back behind the stadium into the road. Thought it might hit the roof of us, make a loud bang for everybody on the live stream. So 2-2 count here for Snyder. Man on third. The pitch home. Swing and a miss. Panjwani works the leadoff single from J.B. Bell as J.B. Bell gets stranded at third, and the River Bandits still have a 1-0 lead as we head to the top of the fourth. The Scallywags are only down one, and they will be searching for that one-run tie or that lead in the top of the fourth. We'll see you back here on YouTube Live in just a moment. We're back as Cole Mascolo looks at strike one. Camden Martindale continues on the mound in the top of the fourth. Excuse me. The lights are starting to come here at Tarboro Municipal Stadium. 1-1 count on Mascolo, center fielder, as that is roped down the first base line and foul into their dugout.
That's why he needs to come sit down.
Martindale working fast here in the top of the fourth. 1-2 count in his favor. The pitch home. It's outside, ball two. Wanted to see if he went chasing for that one. Mascolo did not bite. Mascolo, excuse me. Trying to get used to these Scallywags names. Used to the River Bandits by now. Still a third time playing the Scallywags. Here we go, 2-2, and a big swing and a miss for strike three. Mascolo goes down swinging.
The designated hitter, number 9, Greer Farr.
That brings up Greer Farr, their designated hitter for the night. Lefty batter, number 9. With one out, nobody on. Camden Martindale's pitch home as that is fouled into the netting for strike one.
Don't say that, boy. Oh, man.
It was heading in that direction.
I can see the front of it.
So Martindale has looked lights out tonight.
No, I was going to.
2 hits on him and a hit by pitch. Other than that, he has stranded those runners as that ball is hit down the third base line, and that's going to drop fair. He's going to go to second. Armani Newton throws it into second, not in time. J.B. Bell has no chance to tag him.
The catcher, number 14, Greer Farr.
That Jack Ryan.
Catcher, number 14, Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan at the plate after a one-out double from Greer Farr, their DH. Armani Newton, the good throw over to J.B. Bell at second, not in time. Greer Farr went into second standing. Jack Ryan looks at that pitch just outside the appeal, and he did not go. Jack Ryan with a runner in scoring position and 1 out, trying to tie this game up for OBX. Camden Martindale wants to work out of another jam with a runner in scoring position. Looks back at second. The pitch home, as that is fouled to our dugout side for strike 1. In Martindale's first outing, he went 3 1/3, and that is the exact mark he's at this moment. Now with a man on second, let's see if he can get this out. As that is hit high down the third base line. Is that going to be fair? That is foul. I did not have an angle at that. That ball was deep enough to be gone, but is down the third base line and foul. He got his barrel to it just early on it.
This field was here before the house was.
So Jack Ryan got a piece of that ball early on that pitch. Would have been a 2-run bomb against Martindale. He gets another chance here with a 1-2 count. Pitch home, and that is hit down the third base line, and that gets to the left fielder, Armani Newton. That's going to be a single. He throws it to the catcher. Thought he might go home, and it's going to be runners on the corners here with 1 out. Martindale in a big predicament here in the top of the 4th. Brings up James Duncan, their first baseman. The lefty hitter with the runners on the corners and 1 out. OBX now has 4 hits on the game. Ground ball is much needed here from Martindale. The pitch home, that is hit, popped up down the third base side. And Preston Shelton is there to make the play for out number 2. Runners on the corners, and 1 pitch, Martindale pops it up to Preston Shelton.
Hey, text Cameron back and tell him I want an enclosed press box with AC. Let's see who gets what first.
Yeah, that's right.
With adjustable windows, we can have the bucket we want to.
So Martindale still has runners on the corners here. The pitch home, big swing and a miss for strike 1. Riley Finkelstein, the bottom of their order here, their second baseman with runners on the corners. Big spot here to tie this game up. The top of the 4th. The Scallywags have been scrambling to start the season. They need to get something going here. This could be a moment for them as that ball's outside for ball 1.
Eventually, I'm going to snap and I'm going to say, all right, everybody, give a hand. Raise your hand if you want the fans on.
Let's see if Martindale can get through this 4th inning here.
Okay. Now everybody raise your hand.
1-1 count as that's foul back into the netting for strike 2. Martindale ahead in the count 1-2 with runners on that corner.
Save me the aggravation.
Strikeout is very much appreciated here from Martindale. Let's see what he can do. The 1-2 pitch. He looks in. As that is roped down the right field line, and he's not going to get there in time. That'll be a run scored, and runners will now be on first and second. Eston Snyder not able to make a play on that ball.
The third baseman, number 11, Aiden Feather.
So Martindale does allow that run. He's still on the mound. Some throwing in the bullpen over here on the River Bandit side. Can't see with our angle who that is, but Martindale still has an out to be gotten. With runners on first and second, still 2 outs. OBX now has 5 hits on the game. The pitch home is outside and away. Phillips Daniels going to talk with Martindale on the mound, trying to calm him down a little bit as he's lost his control a bit. Aiden Feather, top of their lineup at the plate. That's a guy you want to have with runners in scoring position. As Aiden Feather at Chowan University this past season had a .326 batting average and 86 at-bats, 28 hits, .512 slugging percentage. As a 1-0 pitch. It's fouled above the stadium for strike one. Aiden Feather had 3 home runs, 5 doubles, and a triple with 9 RBIs this past season at Shawan University. So they have a great leadoff batter here for the Scallywags. 1 runner in scoring possession, 1 on first. Pitch home is in there for strike 2.
Good pitch, yeah.
So Martindale ahead in the count again. See if he can get the out this time. He looks in. The 1-2 pitch is low for ball 2.
He threw it where he was supposed to.
Aiden Feather did not bite on that pitch. Just low under the strike zone. Great pitch from Martindale with the 1-2 count. Here's the 2-2 count. 2-2 pitch. As that's upstairs. Feather works a full count now with runners on first and second. Martindale desperately trying to get out of this 4th inning.
Come on, Martindale.
He looks in at Daniels, the payoff pitch. Runners go as that's fouled out of play down the first base side. So we'll do it again. Runners are gonna go no matter what with the full count and 2 outs. So a base hit into center field or anywhere in the outfield could bring 2 runs home depending on where it's hit. Aiden Feather at the plate, the pitch hit down the right field line. That's gonna go just foul. Eston Snyder trying to get there in time to make a play in foul territory. Just too far out of range for him. Made a lot of ground on that play. We're going to do it once again. So, full count. Martindale on the mound. Aiden Feather at the plate. 2 runners on, 2 outs. Here's the pitch home. The payoff pitch is outside for ball 4. Wow, bases are going to be loaded once again on Martindale.
Number 8, Alex Uloa.
And Alex Uloa, who has made some great plays this game and great plays in the last game in Tarboro Municipal Stadium. Seems like a great defender as Coach Crosby is coming out to talk to Martindale. Let's see if it's a pitching change. Could be trying to calm him down. He got out of the bases loaded jam this past inning, and see if he gives him the opportunity to try doing that again.
Speaking of food, head on down to the concession stand while you can. Get you a hot dog, sausage dog, cheeseburger. Some sodas, water, popcorn, Dippin' Dots, and souvenirs.
I think we're going to have a pitching change.
So, looks like we're having a pitching change on the mound here. So, Martindale's day is done. We'll let you know who is coming on the mound with the bases loaded jam in the top of the 4th in just a moment. And we'll be back here on YouTube Live to see that bases loaded jam happen. So we are back in Tarboro Municipal Stadium as Jay Bullock is taking over for Camden Martindale. The bases loaded as that ball is in there for strike one on Alex Uloa at the plate. As I was saying, as the inning ended, Alex Uloa has looked like a great defender here in the Premier League. And he has been a great hitter as well. So we'll see what he can do with the bases loaded as that ball is high for ball one. Breaking ball just slipped out of Bullock's hand. Jay Bullock, a right-handed pitcher from Brunswick Community College with a 4.33 ERA, 1 win, 2 losses, 13 appearances. So the 1-1 pitch, the bases loaded, as that's a big swing and a miss for strike two. Jay Bullock ahead in the count. Jay Bullock has only pitched 1 inning here for the River Bandits so far. Allowed 1 hit, had 1 strikeout. No runs earned. So he's ahead in the count, 1-2, the bases loaded. The 1-2 pitch is in the dirt for ball 2. Excuse me, I just took that pitching change off. So now we know it's Jay Bullock. So the 2-2 pitch is outside, out of Daniel's hands. Doesn't get far enough for the runner to advance. So he works a full count. Nowhere for the runners to go. A walk would bring the Scallywags their first lead of the game. Let's see what Jay Bullock can do. Looks at the sign. The payoff pitch is home and grounded down the third base line and foul. So we'll do it over again. Spoils off that pitch from Jay Bullock. Alex Uloa trying to bring the Scallywags their first lead of the game. So there's nowhere for the runners to go. Uloa, the righty shortstop, second in the batting order. Here's the pitch home as that is popped up out of play. Jay Bullock having to work out here as Alex Uloa spoiling off some pitches from him. As it's a full count, he's already thrown 7 pitches this at bat. Again, nowhere for the runners to go. He looks at the sign from Daniels. The payoff pitch is fouled off again, out of play. That's 3 straight foul balls as Alex Uloa is working a great at bat, working here against Jay Bullock. Jay Bullock needs to stay composed. It's got to be frustrating to have all those pitches fouled off. But he's just 1 pitch away from getting out of this jam. None of these runs would be recorded on him. They would all be on Camden Martindale except for the batter. As the payoff pitch is home. And a big swing and a miss for strike 3. Jay Bullock gets out of it after the great at bat from Alex Uloa. He strands 3 after Camden Martindale allowed them all to get on the bags, and Jay Bullock gets out of it. River Bandits are tied up here 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Brandon Phillips leading off in the bottom of the fourth for the River Bandits as it's a tied game. Evan Panjwani still on the mound as he pitches, and that is a ball. Evan Panjwani pitches a great game so far in this outing. Only 1 run earned, 3 hits on him. Scallywags do have more hits as they've had the bases loaded jam twice as that gets in there for strike 1 in the outside corner. River Bandits fortunate to have stranded those bases twice. Still have a 1-1 game. So the 1-1 pitch, as that is check swing and the appeal to first. He goes for strike 2. So first batter leading off, Brandon Phillips. Brandon Phillips, our shortstop for the night, as that is ball 2. Too low. Good take from Brandon Phillips.
Yeah.
Scallywags can't be happy this only being a tie game. They're having so many runners on the bases. River Bandits have stranded a runner on third twice this game. Also have had their chances.
No problem.
And that ball is in the dirt for ball 3, another full count. Lots of full counts this game. Some great at-bats being worked. Pitchers seem to be going up in the count. And the batter is just working back, working those full counts this game, making those pitches even more meaningful. The payoff pitch is grounded out to the third base side. Fair territory to throw to first is in time. Aiden Feather to James Duncan.
The left fielder, number 11, Armani Newton.
Armani Newton batting here with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. Our left fielder tonight, the lefty batter. Lefty-lefty matchup right back towards Panjwani. Alex Uloa, the shortstop, makes the play. It's too high. Gets into the dugout. And Newton goes back to first safely. Doesn't take the risk going to second. Alex Uloa makes a play to first, and the throw is just too high towards James Duncan. So Armani Newton, and that ball is hit down the right field line, and that ball is just foul. So close. Armani Newton is speedy from first base. He had a big jump after that ball was hit. Could have gotten home. Phillips Daniels hits it down the first base line and just to the right of the chalk. Would have been a great piece of opposite field hitting from our catcher tonight. So an 0-1 count here for Panjwani as Daniels looks at ball 1. Armani Newton seems to just know how to get on the bases. His first 2 starts, he's been on the bases plenty of times, and he's a speedy guy. You love to see him getting on the bases. Could send him here. As that is roped down the shortstop side above Alex Uloa's head. Armani Newton wants 3. Daniels going to go second. There was a bobble, and both are going to be safe at second and third. The bobble from the center fielder, Cole Mascalo, lets a double happen from Phillips Daniels.
The center fielder, number 10, Ethan Barnes.
There's a meeting on the mound. It looks like there could be a pitching change here. Panjwani in a jam here in the bottom of the fourth with runners on second and third. Cole Mascalo just couldn't get a grip on that ball to throw it in.
To remind you, if you have children chasing after foul balls, tell them to be careful crossing over Panola Street right out here, a.k.a. Tarborough's Town Drag Strip.
So still a meeting on the mound. We'll see if he gets taken out of the game here. And he will stay in the game, Panjwani. Just a meeting to calm him down after a couple of hits.
No, this is the same guy, Evan Panjwani.
Remember that cat we had last year for one of the teams? What was his name?
Ethan Barnes at the plate with 2 on and 1 out. Armani Newton at third. Phillips Daniels, our catcher, at second base.
Steamers team. But it was something you had such a freaking
The pitch home. Swing and a miss from Ethan Barnes for strike one.
German name or something else like that. She was trying to say last year.
Couldn't get his barrel on that as that ball was inside.
Every time you said it, we freaking buzz out loud.
This stadium is packed on the River Bandits side. Still a nice crowd for OBX as well. It's a great atmosphere tonight as the lights come on, as that is ball one, excuse me.
Flip of the switch. Just a flip of the switch. Flip, flip, flip. Here, right.
The 1-1 count here with 2 on and 1 out. And that is hit down to left field line. Oh, and right at the left fielder, Hayden Freeze. That's going to bring a run home. Armani Newton slides in safe. Sack fly here for Ethan Barnes was just, and the runner goes to third. Thought he was going to catch them lacking, and he is out. I look down, and I just see the runner at third gets tagged out. So that'll be 3 outs. The River Bandits do score 1 in the inning. Thought that ball from Ethan Barnes might have had a chance to get to the wall. Just lined straight at the left fielder, Hayden Freeze, and that'll be the end of the inning for the River Bandits. We'll see you back here in the moment as the River Bandits take a 2-1 lead. we're back here in the top of the fifth as Jay Bullock is back out on the mound, and that is out there for ball one. Jay Bullock pitched out of that bases loaded jam. Just this past inning, River Bandits responded with a run. Could have been more. There's ball two. They do get a run in, take their lead back 2-1 as the hits are even at 5. Errors are also even at 1. So Jay Bullock's third pitch is in the dirt, ball 3. 3 pitches, 3 balls here to start the fifth. There it is. There's the strike he was looking for. Hayden Freeze, their left fielder tonight, looks at that ball, or looks at that strike, excuse me. The 3-1 pitch. That's upstairs for ball 4. Hayden Freeze works a walk to lead off the fifth inning.
The right fielder, number 33.
Josh Folks, the OBX Scallywags right fielder, up to bat. After Hayden Freeze worked a leadoff walk, Josh Folks left the bases stranded his pass at bat. As that ball hits Daniels in the chest, just backs off, doesn't go to the backstop, keeps that runner at first. Jay Bullock losing his control here to start the fifth. A couple balls in the dirt and a 5-pitch walk to lead off. Folks has a big framed righty hitter with a man on first and no outs. River Bandits don't want to take or give that lead back after they just took their lead. That pitch comes home, hits the dirt again. The ball, he can't find it. Phillips Daniels cannot find it. It bounces off into the field, and Hayden Freeze is going to get to second safely. Phillips Daniels talking with Jay Bullock on the mound after there's hasn't been some great pitching to start this fifth.
I don't know.
I think it's 2 balls.
That's it, just 2 balls?
Yeah.
You walked it.
Yeah, you got one.
So a walk and 2 balls now, and a man on second. Hayden Freeze gets to second after that ball hits the dirt, hits Philip Daniels' chest, and he just could not find that ball. I'm back here again myself, Chris Brown, helping out tonight. I'm the only man on the stream now trying to get used to that. It'll be like that for a lot of this season. The pitch home is inside, almost hits Folks. 3 balls, no strikes through 7 pitches here in this inning. 6 balls and 1 strike. Struggling to find that strike zone. I know Jay Bullock is very capable of getting out of this and finding his stride. He is a great pitcher. The pitch home, and that'll be a 4-pitch walk. Josh Folks works the walk as Cole Mascolo up at the plate. As now we're starting to see someone warm up in the bullpen, seeing someone walk out there.
He's really late when it comes to warming up guys in the bullpen.
Crosby's having a meeting with him as someone is now warming up in the bullpen. We'll see if he's just trying to slow down, give him some time to warm up in the bullpen. Give Jay Bullock another chance.
Nachos, hot dogs, sausage dogs, cheeseburgers. Dippin' Dots ice cream, sunset slush. Down there, go visit them for some cold snacks. And also some freshly popped popcorn. And souvenirs, get you a t-shirt or a hat.
So a long meeting on the mound for Bullock. Crosby seems to be looking for a pitching change. No, he's going to stay on the mound. He's going to give him one more shot as there is 2 men working in the bullpen. See if he can get out of this jam. No outs, man on first and second after 2 walks. 9 pitches and 8 balls. Cole Mascalo at the plate, their center fielder. They have their outfield here at 3-4-5 on their batting lineup. Mascolo had a bobble center fielder this past inning, allowed a double for the River Bandits. The pitch home that is also low for ball one. Edith Bell in the chat today cheering on the River Bandits. River Bandits are showing out. 2-1 lead here. Let's see if they can get out of this. I hope you're loving the stream. So that's ball two. Just continuing. Throw the ball a little bit low. Not as many viewers as last game. I think most of the viewers are here at the stadium because everybody is here. Packed stadium watching the River Bandits in a close 2-1 ball game. Jay Bullock's pitch home that's in there for strike one. Maybe that'll get him some confidence in there, throwing that strike. He'll found the strike zone, see what he can do after the thrown strike after the 2-0 count. So here's the 2-1 pitch with 2 on. That's roped foul into their dugout. Oh, he works the count back. 2-2. Strikeout or a ground ball to shorter second would be great present for Jay Bullock after struggling on those first two batters. Looks back at second, the 2-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss for strike three. He works that count back in his favor and gets the strikeout. Jay Bullock, much needed strikeout with 2 on and no out. Here, that was the first out. A ground ball get out of this inning, and Jay Bullock would forget those 2 leadoff walks. Jay Bullock did get us out of that bases loaded jam in the 4th, so that was big. Let's see if he can do it again. This time a self-inflicted one. Pitch home is in there for strike one. Clips the inside corner. Jay Bullock's hat continuing to fall off. He's upping his velocity, making that hat fall off.
Can you announce getting tickets we have?
River Bandits trying to keep their 2-1 lead. Jay Bullock's 0-1 pitch is in there. Breaking ball for strike two. This time ahead in the count. His hat falls off again. Let's just have his hat fall off every pitch. He's throwing strikes when that happens. Still 2 on. 2 of the outfielders on base. That ball is low for ball one. That was a great big breaking ball, Edith. Caught the strike zone for strike two. So the 1-2 pitch is a swing and a miss. He's running over to first. No need to with a man on first and second. That's a big strikeout. 2 consecutive strikeouts after the mound meeting from Coach Crosby. And Jay Bullock found his confidence again. Greer Farr, their DH, up at the plate. Excuse me. That was Greer Farr. Jack Ryan at the plate, their catcher. Jack Ryan with 2 on and 2 out. Trying to tie the game back up with a runner in scoring position. Jay Bullock trying to not let that happen as that ball hits the dirt, goes to the backstop, and both runners are going to advance to second and third. And that'll be ball one. So another ball hitting the dirt. Gets to the backstop. Does not move the camera, though. I fixed that problem from last game if you were watching. Jay Bullock's 1-0 pitch is low for ball two. See if he can work this count back like he did that first batter for his first strikeout of the inning. That ball is low for ball 3. His hat does fall off, but doesn't get the call. 3 balls, no strikes. First base is open if he walks him. Here's a 3-0 pitch, and in there for strike 1. Hat continuing to fall off. Jay Bullock trying to work out of this self-inflicted jam. Runners on second and third. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Works the count back to a full count. We'll see this payoff pitch in just a moment. I know Jay Bullock wants it, and I know the crowd wants it. Here's the payoff pitch with runners on second and third and 2 outs. Swing and a miss, sword swing. Phillip Daniels over to first base to Jack Nielsen for out number 3. River Bandits get out of the inning. Strand 2 on second and third, and Jay Bullock, after 2 leadoff walks, gets out of the inning. We'll see it back here in the bottom of the 5th as the River Bandits try to extend their lead. The bottom of our batting order leading off, Brent Riddle. After a massive pitching duel from Panjwani and Jay Bullock in this past inning, is Brent Riddle check swings the appeal down to first, and he did not go. So Panjwani working through the 5th inning here at the bottom of the 5th. Brent Riddle leading off, 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch home, it clips the corner for strike 1. Crazy, this is a 2-1 game. There's so many runners on the bases. Lots of jams from both teams gotten out of. Panjwani's pitch home, outside for ball 2.
Running and you weren't being responsible, and you dropped your father's Pepsi? Huh? Is that what happened? And you knocked it over.
5 hits for both teams. 1 error on each side. 2-1 game for the Bandits. A 2-1 count here leading off for Brent Riddle. Pitch home is low for ball 3. Brent Riddle at college, a .330 batting average, 182 at-bats, 44 runs, 60 hits, 19 walks, 37 RBIs, 11 doubles, 2 triples, and 10 home runs. Great hitter here. So that's outside for ball 4. Works the leadoff walk. Doing the same as the Scallywags did in their top half of the 5th.
Yeah, 15 at mass. She got 9 hits. I was pretty pleased with it.
So here we are as a leadoff walk from Brent Riddle, and we're back to the top of the order with J.B. Bell, who has had a magnificent game over at second base. He looks at the first pitch and a ball. Brent Riddle inching his way towards second. J.B. Bell trying to get his second hit of the game and third reach of the game. As there's ball 2. J.B. Bell, as well as doing that on the offensive side, has made a few key plays to save some runs on that second base side. One with the bases loaded. As their catcher, Jack Ryan, having a talk with Evan Panjwani on the mound. Can see this most likely being Panjwani's last inning if he gets out of it. Hoping as a River Bandit fan, J.B. Bell keeps that from happening. So J.B. Bell up in the count, 2-0. Brent Riddle at first, throws back to first. Brent Riddle gets back safely. Preston Shelton on deck. Preston Shelton, our third baseman tonight. The 2-0 pitch. Outside for ball 3. About the same spot on those first 3 pitches. Panjwani might be getting tired here in the bottom of the 5th, losing his control just a tad bit. J.B. Bell hitting great. Let's see if he has the go-ahead to swing. He does not. He looks at strike 1.
No kidding. Got it down. Good deal.
He was about 1.5, almost 2.
Yeah.
Purple skies for the Purple Tarboro River Bandits here. 8:46 on this beautiful Friday evening in the 5th inning as J.B. Bell looks at strike 2, thought he had the walk, looked to throw his bat back to the dugout.
Thanks, man. Nice. What a nice guy.
So J.B. Bell gets the count worked back out of his favor. A full count. Panjwani's pitch is outside for ball 4. Just like last inning of the River Bandits, 2 consecutive walks to lead off the inning. Let's see if the River Bandits can get some runs out of it. There is a meeting on the mound. This time I think my prediction was correct, as I think Evan Panjwani's night is coming to an end. I could be wrong. They're all huddling up on the mound. Panjwani has had a great outing. Only 2 runs allowed, 5 hits. He does have these 2 leadoff walks here, as they do have work in the bullpen, and it looks like someone could be coming out. He's inching his way out.
He went already.
Folks, don't forget to keep your ears open.
And that'll be it for Panjwani. Great outing here. 4 innings for Panjwani to start, and we'll let you know who is coming back in just a moment when we come back on YouTube Live. We're back in the bottom of the 5th inning as the River Bandits have 2 runners on and no outs, as there's a bunt down the third base line, a great bunt, and there's he gets the play at first. And he dropped the ball, doesn't get there, slide in at home, and he's safe! Brent Riddle slides in safely after the misplay at first, and the runner's gonna go into third great base running! No one covering the third base side, and he gets into third. Runners on the corners now as the River Bandits take a 3-1 lead. Wow, a lot just went on at once. My goodness.
The first baseman, number 27, Jack Nielsen.
Jack Nielsen now at the plate after the River Bandits had some great base running. A great bunt laid from Preston Shelton down the third base line, a third baseman himself. He gets to first safely after a wild throw. The runner, or the first baseman, just can't place the tag, and then great base running after that. Gets a run in and gets to third. Now runners on the corners. That pitch is home and in there for strike one. The runner fakes off to second, and the steal, and he slides in safely for the run. He slides into the catcher. Catcher was in front of the plate. Looked like that could have hurt there for J.B. Bell. Just demolishes the catcher at home plate. A great fake steal over at first base from Preston Shelton. And he gets in there safe. The runner was worried, or the infielder was worried about the run at home. And the Preston Shelton gets in the second safe, and they don't even get J.B. Bell out at home. So some crazy smart base running from the River Bandits.
Kelly and all them have been coaching our catcher. They said you throw it straight through him, but he's out the way.
Still no outs. Strike on Jack Nielsen and a runner on second, Preston Shelton. Jack Nielsen looks at a ball.
Who was that scored? Was that J.B. Bill?
So Preston Shelton at second. Nielsen fouls out of play.
Foul ball brought to you by Calvary Golf Course.
So I did not even tell you who the new pitcher was. Porter Brady, the pitcher, left-handed pitcher for the Scallywags out of University of Maryland Eastern Shore. He looks at Shelton at second base as he has a mild lead, and that ball is low and inside. Ball 2. That was me. I would have swung at that with that breaking ball from Porter Brady. Porter Brady had an 8.13 ERA, 0-3 in 21 appearances over at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. 2-2 count. Preston Shelton goes, swings it, fouls it back. Jack Nielsen spoils off the strike 3 pitch.
It's like a state of emergency. They canceled the Yankee game because of air quality. Yeah, it's that bad.
Jack Nielsen still at the plate. 2-2 count. Preston Shelton at second. River Bandits take a 4-1 lead against OBX after some magnificent base running. J.B. Bell, Brent Riddle, Preston Shelton, everybody doing their job on the bases, just faking out those infielders. Pitch home. A lot of curve on that ball, but it's low for strike, or ball 3. Excuse me, I pressed the wrong button on Sideline HD. So a full count worked here from Jack Nielsen. First base is open. And the payoff pitch from Brady is outside for ball 4. Scallywags are scrambling here in the bottom of the 5th.
Fielder, number 16, Eston Snyder.
Eston Snyder now at the plate. Jack Nielsen at first. Preston Shelton at second. No outs. River Bandits have already scored 2 in the inning as Porter Brady came in relief. As that ball's outside for ball 1 on Eston Snyder. Eston Snyder, as I mentioned earlier, his one hit of the season was a home run. Let's see if he can get a 3-run bomb here in the bottom of the 5th. have the first baseman and third baseman playing in with the 2 runners on as that ball's in there for strike 1. No outs. River Bandits have 6 hits now to the Scallywags 5. The pitch home. In there, inside, excuse me, for ball 2. Porter Brady has a lot of movement to his pitches. Doesn't seem to be fooling the River Bandits batters just yet. As Eston Snyder looks at the 2-1 count. Outside, 3-1. Brady having a tough time finding the zone. 5th inning is just filled with walks, as Jay Bullock also walked 2, but had 3 consecutive strikeouts in that 5th inning to keep the River Bandits lead as that pitch is outside for ball 4. Eston Snyder also works the walk. They're going to roll with him.
The shortstop, number 14.
So a meeting on the mound from Jack Ryan over to Porter Brady as the bases are now loaded, still with no outs. River Bandits, great base running, great discipline at the plate. Worked 3 walks this inning. Still no outs. Runners on first, second, and third. Nowhere to go. If he walks another, that's a run. The pitch home is in there for strike 1 as Brandon Phillips is up at the plate. Phillips with a chance to bring home a few runners home. Phillips, .312 batting average and 18 plate attempts in the River Bandits as that ball curves in there for strike 2. It's a nasty breaking ball. Clips the outside corner of the zone. Phillips does have 5 hits on the season, 4 singles and a triple with 3 RBIs. Also has 2 walks. So he's down in the count 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch as he ropes it down the third base line over our third base coach's feet. So runners will go back to their respective bases. Still an 0-2 count as Phillips fouled that down the third base line. See what Phillips can do down in the count. 0-2 is low for ball 1. Phillips telling the runner at third to stay there. 4-1 lead for the River Bandits.
If he goes 3-2, I'm going to tell the crowd they can't go sir.
As this River Bandit crowd is still massive crowd here at 8:58, just around that 9 o'clock mark. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for Brandon Phillips. Big out for Porter Brady to get out number 1 with the bases loaded.
Number 11,
And that brings up the hot-hitting left fielder, Armani Newton, who just knows how to get on the bases. Let's see if he can do it again with the bases loaded. The pitch home is outside for ball 1.
What do you say here, Newt?
Newton, our lefty hitter. Here, nowhere to go. 1 ball, no strikes. Porter Brady, lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's low and away for ball 2. See if Armani Newton even has a swing here with the 2-0 count. I imagine with Porter Brady's struggles, he's going to watch this pitch. See if he can get in the strike zone. Here's the 2-0 pitch with the bases loaded. He watches that one in there for strike 1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's outside for ball 3.
Let's get loud, Bandit fans.
The press box is getting these River Bandits fans loud with the 3-1 count and the bases loaded. Nowhere for Armani Newton to go. A walk would bring a run home and take the lead 5-1, or extend the lead. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That is low for ball 4. Armani Newton works the walk, and the River Bandits take the lead 5-1.
The catcher, number 24, Philip.
So that'll bring up Phillips Daniels, our catcher for the night, with the bases loaded again and a big swing and a miss from our number 24 righty. Still 1 out. Again, nowhere to go. Porter Brady being left on the mound by the Scallywags. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Another big swing and a miss. Porter Brady does have some great movement on his fastball. It's like a two-seam that just moves away from the batter. Has been struggling with his command here in the bottom of the 5th. But he's ahead in the count, 0-2. Is that outside for ball 1? Pitch looked like the breaking ball might clip that outside corner. Just misses. He needs a ground ball or a strikeout here. Doesn't want to allow another run. Extend that lead. A sac fly would do that. As that breaking ball is outside for ball 2. So 2 batters in a row where he goes ahead in the count. The batter works it back. Here's a 2-2 count. Let's see if he can work it full. And he fouls that back into the netting. Still 2-2, 5-1 lead for the River Bandits in the bottom of the 5th. Phillips Daniels at the plate. Just fouled the ball off. Trying to work this at-bat back in his favor. Here's the 2-2 pitch. As that's in there for strike 3. Phillips Daniels goes down looking for out number 2 in the inning, and Porter Brady is 1 out away from stranding the bases loaded.
The center fielder, number 10, Ethan Barnes.
And that'll bring up our center fielder, Ethan Barnes from Longwood University. 2 outs, a pitch home, clips the upstairs corner for strike 1.
Hey, somebody get a hit here.
Ethan Barnes, 16 plate attempts, 2 hits, 2 singles on the year. No hit would be bigger than this one at this moment with the bases loaded. 0-1 pitch is in there for strike 2. River Bandits looking at, or trying not to strand the bases loaded, as the Scallywags have done that twice this game. River Bandits have stranded a man on third twice this game. Lots of runs could have been scored. Still a 5-1 game for the River Bandits, only in the bottom of the 5th here at 9:03. Here's the 0-2 pitch. As that curveball just misses outside.
Dude, just like run into one. Just like, boom! I mean, have them serve up that little frisbee.
Nowhere to go still. Bases have been loaded for the majority of this inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That ball hits the dirt for ball 2. Another at-bat where Ethan Barnes is working the count back to his favor after going down 0-2. Brent Riddle on deck. Brent Riddle scored a run in this inning. Be great to see him back at the plate. Here's the 2-2 pitch. As he grounds that, chopped it up to third base. The throw to first. In time for out number 3. Ethan Barnes so close to beating that out. Great throw from Aiden Feather over to James Duncan to make the third out of the inning. The River Bandits still lead 5-1. we head to the top of the 6th as the Scallywags will be up to bat. Here in the top of the 6th, the River Bandits score 3 in the 5th inning as Jay Bullock is back out on the mound in a big swing and a miss from James Duncan, their first baseman. Jay Bullock had 2 leadoff walks in the 5th inning, got out of it with 3 consecutive strikeouts, and he gets his chance on the mound again as there's ball 1. See what Jay Bullock can do. Here's the 1-1 as that ball's inside. Ball 2. James Duncan had to back out of that way of that one. Excuse me. Here's the 2-1 pitch as that's fouled back straight into the netting. 2-2 count. Jay Bullock's 2-2 pitch as that's grounded out to the third base side, over to first in time for out number 1. Preston Shelton over to Jack Nielsen for out number 1.
The second baseman, number 2, Riley Finkelstein.
And that'll bring up their second baseman, bottom of the lineup, Riley Finkelstein, the right-handed hitter against Jay Bullock. Jay Bullock's pitch, that curveball gets in there for strike 1. Great pitch.
Chris doesn't want the Doug Henry gift card.
Edith Bell giving our stream lots of comments. Thank you for that. There's strike 2. 2 breaking balls for 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that ball, he just held that ball in his hand. Kept that in his hand for way too long, trying to sling that fastball in. Jay Bullock looking a lot sharper here in the 6th. Gained his confidence after those 3 strikeouts. Here's the 1-2 pitch as another strikeout. There's a big swing and a miss. Riley Finkelstein goes down swinging, and there's 2 up and 2 down for Jay Bullock.
The third baseman, number 11, Aiden Feather.
He settled in, didn't he?
Jay Bullock got a meeting from Coach Crosby. Ever since then, he has looked lights out. He also looked lights out with the bases loaded jam after he got a strikeout there. He has at least 5 strikeouts now in this game. There's ball 1.
I mean, because if you're throwing the fastball up you're at least giving them a chance to see.
Oh, yeah.
When you're spiking it in the
As that is low for ball 2.
they might as well just close their eyes. You know what I mean? The 1-1.
Here's the pitch, and that hits the dirt. 3-0. I should not talk too early. He still seems to have found his rhythm, but now he's yanking that fastball. Trying to throw it harder than he needs to, and it's hitting the dirt. So a 3-0 count. Here's the pitch home, as that gets in there for strike 1. Aiden Feather, their leadoff batter, third baseman. Up in the count 3-1 with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Jay Bullock's 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss from Aiden Feather. Breaking ball is working here for Jay Bullock. Needs to keep going to that breaking ball as he's getting a lot of swings and misses and a lot of looking, or they're just not swinging at his breaking ball. And it's in the zone, so here's the payoff pitch. Is that just misses the inside corner. Another breaking ball does miss inside, and Aiden Feather draws the 2-out walk.
The shortstop, number 8, Alex Uloa.
Alex Uloa, their shortstop, second in the batting order, up to bat with a man on.
Thank you.
Jay Bullock looks over at first towards Jack Nielsen. The pitch home is low for ball 1. Trying to get back in that groove. Has 5 strikeouts on the game. Here's the 1-0 pitch as that hits the dirt. Ball 2. Don't want to let the Scallywags inch away at that lead, as you do have a 5-1 lead here in the top of the 6th. 2 outs, man on first. Alex Uloa up in the count 2-0, the pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike 1. Man, when Jay Bullock is hitting the zone, the batters cannot get their barrel on the ball. Control is the only thing keeping him from letting the runner goes. It's a ball. The runner is going to be safe at second. Ball gets into the center field. Runner cannot tell. It's too fast to the center fielder, and it's going to be no play. So now Alex Uloa up in the count 3-1 and a man in scoring position. First base is open. Jay Bullock's 3-1 pitch as Aiden Feathers at second, dancing around second base. The pitch home. Breaking ball just misses for ball 4. Looks like Coach Crosby is walking out of the dugout. He's inching his way out, and it looks like that's going to be it for Jay Bullock. Already had a meeting mound with him earlier. I can't imagine having the bullpen warmed up and 2 walks. Can't imagine he's staying in the game.
And ice cold beer until the bottom of the 8th inning. So go ahead and get some while you can.
Still talking on the mound as the River Bandits have a 5-1 lead and runners on first and second after 2 more walks. So with Jay Bullock, it's a strikeout or a walk. Hasn't let any runs allowed, having to get out of his own jams. He's pitched great tonight. Walks are the only thing bringing him down, but he has looked fantastic when he's hitting that strike zone. As Crosby's taking the ball, and that'll be the end of the night for Jay Bullock. We'll see you back here in just a moment. We'll let you know who is the next pitcher for the River Bandits with 2 on, 2 outs. Hayden Freeze, their left fielder of the Scallywags, is up to bat with 2 on and 2 out. And the new pitcher for the River Bandits, Adam Quincy, left-handed pitcher. As that ball is popped up into right center field, the center fielder is under it and just runs over it. Oh my goodness. And that ball is gonna get 2 runs in. Ethan Barnes overruns the pop up to center field, and 2 runs are gonna score. Wow. I couldn't see from here. I thought he just barely overran it and made the play, but the ball dropped behind his head, and that'll be a 5-3 ball game. That ball's out of Phillips Daniels' hands.
I just messed it up. That's why I don't do this thing. You know what I mean? No.
So Adam Quincy thought he was out of this inning, and that ball is low for ball 2. Thought he was out of the inning as Ethan Barnes overruns that fly out to center field. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner on first. 5-3 ball game. The pitch home is in there for strike 1. Number 33, Josh Folks, their right fielder, up at the plate.
If he would have caught that ball, we wouldn't have a problem.
And the pitch home and a big swing and a miss. Strike 2, Adam Quincy back in this count.
5-3. I added a run to us instead of to them.
Why didn't you give him runs?
Because I clicked the dang wrong button.
So the runner at first with a short lead. Adam Quincy's pitch home is fouled back. Still a 2-2 count.
God damn, you're retarded, bro.
That's why I don't do this shit.
Scallywags back in this game here. Only a 2-run game. Josh Folks, 1 swing and a bat of the bat, and it could be a tie game. He's the tying run at the plate. The 2-2 pitch is outside for ball 3. Here's a full count.
Well, he left.
Could demoralize Adam Quincy's confidence after getting 1 pitch that he thought was out number 3.
I'm hoping the Bandits score at least 1 next inning.
Here's the pitch home, and there is ball 4.
God damn.
Now runners on first and second. Nope.
I got to change the inning.
Excuse me, lots of people in the press box. So was a 4-pitch, or not a 4-pitch, that was a walk. Runners on first and second. Kind of scrambling here. Thought that inning was over. Lots going on. Adam Quincy's pitch home is outside for ball 1. So tying run on first base, Cole Mascalo at the plate, their lefty center fielder. So 2 misplays from opposite teams on the center field side. The pitch home from Quincy is in there for strike 1. Adam Quincy trying to get out of this jam with runners on first and second and 2 outs. In the top of the 6th, he looks back. The pitch home is high above the letters for ball 2. Quincy has pitched 2 innings for the River Bandits, has 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Adam Quincy's 2-1 pitch is outside, ball 3. River Bandits scrambling after that miscue at center field, as is everyone else. The fans are silent, hoping to get out of this inning. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and it's rope. Oh, Jack Nielsen makes the play at first base. I thought for sure that was getting into right field. Jack Nielsen makes a diving but not diving into the ground play. Catches a line out to end the inning, and Adam Quincy gets out of that jam with runners on first and second. River Bandits still have a 5-3 lead heading into the bottom of the 6th. We'll see if they can add on to that here in just a moment on YouTube Live. We're back in Tarboro Municipal Stadium in the bottom of the sixth after a misplay at center field allows the Scallywags to get back in this game. Now a 5-3 game as Brent Riddle is at the plate facing Porter Brady as he looks at strike one.
I know the scoreboard got messed up. Okay. So we're trying to see what happens to get it fixed.
So Brent Riddle at the plate. Scored a run this past inning as that curveball's outside for ball one. Brent Riddle, one of the men making a great base running decision. Slides in at home safely. I believe he was the third run of the game. Here's the pitch home, and that is fouled towards our dugout. Just jams him inside.
It's all codes. It's all codes. And the code book is...
Riverbend's trying to take their record over to 4-2. Have a respectable 3-2 record. Lost both their games to the Eatonton Steamers. Used a 1-1 pitch as that ball is way inside for ball two. Steamers looking insane this season. Last I checked, they were 5-0. Don't know how they're playing tonight or if they played last night. But they were undefeated when we play them on Tuesday. We had our last game rained out against the Virginia Beach Sea Dogs on Wednesday. We'll play that Monday. Here's the pitch, and that is roped towards Alex Uloa at shortstop. He can't make the play. He thought it might be a line out towards him. Hits the dirt, and he can't scoop it up to make the play. So there is a base knock to lead off the inning for the bottom of our order from Brent Riddle.
J.B. Bell.
And that'll take us to the top of our batting lineup as J.B. Bell is at the plate with one man on and no outs after Brent Riddle roped a single towards shortstop. Just hopped over Alex Uloa's glove as J.B. Bell looks at a ball. Bell again has had a great game. He also scored a run this past inning along with Brent Riddle. That's 2 runs on the game for J.B. Bell. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's way outside towards the backstop, and Brent Riddle is going to run into second safely with no throw.
I love it.
So then when they come up to bat, you can just give them a little bit too.
Yeah.
So a 2-0 count here for J.B. Bell. Brent Riddle looking at his lead at second. Dancing around. There's a 2-0 pitch and outside for ball 3.
Yes. Come on, have a meltdown.
Porter Brady on the mound. Second consecutive inning. Had a tough inning finding the zone in the 5th. Here's the 3-0 pitch. As that is upstairs for ball 4. So 2 consecutive walks. One from Brent Riddle, one from J.B. Bell. Now our third baseman, Preston Shelton, at the plate with one man on second, one man on first with no outs. The pitch home is inside for ball 1.
It's like throwing me off here.
The 1-0 pitch with nobody out. Preston Shelton fouls that back into the netting.
2 sausage dogs. Just plain.
No.
Preston Shelton with the 1-1 count. Shelton at Columbia State University past season with a .261 batting average. Porter Brady looks back at second. Looks at Brent Riddle. The pitch home. Curveball is outside. So the 2-1 count. Preston Shelton ahead in the count against Porter Brady. Trying to get these bases loaded again for the River Bandits. And the runner goes. Double steal, the throw to third, and he's safe. He kept his body on the bag as he overslid. Great slide from Brent Riddle. J.B. Bell went into second safely. No throw towards him. They went towards third to try to get Brent Riddle out. And a great slide, or a great way to stay on the bag. The slide, he actually overslid there on third base. So Preston Shelton ahead in the count 3-1. First base is now open. Could take a walk here, and he stings that into right field. Could be a run, a sac fly opportunity. Brent Riddle's going to run in and slide in safely. Sac fly from Preston Shelton. A great throw from Josh Folks over at right field, and he doesn't get him in time. J.B. Bell now at third, and the River Bandits take a 6-3 lead.
The first baseman, number 27, Jack Nielsen.
Jack Nielsen up at the plate with J.B. Bell on third base. J.B. Bell has been all over the bags today. Preston Shelton got that sac fly over to right field, and Josh Folks, his throw in almost got Brent Riddle out, but Brent Riddle, a speedy guy on the bases, slides in safely for the River Bandits 6-3 lead. Here's the pitch home as that is flown high into left field. I don't know if that's going to be enough for a sac fly. He's going to tag the throw in. He doesn't even make a throw. Center fielder Cole Mascalo makes the out, does not throw in to home, and J.B. Bell gets in safely. A sac fly for Jack Nielsen. He didn't catch the ball?
No, it fell.
Oh, it fell. Wow, excuse me. Well, they get the run. Was not a sac fly. Jack Nielsen gets a single. Excuse me. It looked like he caught that. So a 7-3 lead for the River Bandits as Jack Nielsen gets in safely at first base. My eyesight tricked me there. I thought center fielder Cole Mascolo caught that ball.
Get you a nice cold beer while you can. Get some hot, freshly popped popcorn, some cold Dippin' Dots ice cream, Sunset Slush.
And Porter Brady with a meeting on the mound from the whole infield and their head coach or manager. So he's going to stay on the mound here with 1 out, 1 on, and 2 runs scored in this inning. Eston Snyder at the plate. Eston Snyder, our cleanup hitter, right fielder, righty batter. Here's the pitch home. Swing and a miss. Gets past Eston Snyder for strike 1.
Does he still have the only home run on the team?
So Eston Snyder looks at ball 1. That ball is low and inside. Eston Snyder, keep mentioning it, but the River Bandits do only have 1 home run on the season, and that was from him. His 1 lone hit on the season. It's a 2-run bomb. Let's see if he can do it again, extend that lead, and that ball's outside. Great catch from Jack Ryan, diving catch to keep it from going to the backstop and keep Jack Nielsen at first base. Brandon Phillips on deck, our shortstop for the night. See if Eston Snyder can get on base for him. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That ball's inside, almost hits him for ball 3. Starting to get a little chilly here in Tarboro Municipal Stadium. The sun has been gone for a while now. Already 9:30 here in the bottom of the 6th. A longer game with the bases jammed all game. Here's the pitch home, and that clips the inside corner on Eston Snyder for strike 2. Here's a full count. So here's the payoff pitch, and that is roped down the third base line towards the left fielder, and the left fielder makes the play. Hayden Freeze gets a line out straight to him, the second line of the game, right to his glove.
Shortstop, number 14.
Eston Snyder just had an out. Brandon Phillips at the plate with 2 outs and a man on. And he looks at strike one. River Bandits took a 7-3 lead. 2 more runs in this inning. Was a miscue at center field this past top half of this inning. And here's the pitch home, and that is skied high into left field toward Hayden Freeze once again. And that'll be out number 3 for the River Bandits. They do score 2, respond from the 2 runs scored in the top of the 6th from the Scallywags. The River Bandits now have their 4-run lead back. And we'll see you here in the top of the 7th on YouTube Live in just a moment. We're back as Adam Quincy is back on the mound, and Greer Farr pops that up in foul territory, just out of play of Preston Shelton. Adam Quincy worked around that miscue, and there's a big swing and a miss for strike 2. So there is an 0-2 count for Adam Quincy against Greer Farr, and there is strike 3 swinging. Great pitch from Adam Quincy to get the strikeout on Greer Farr. And Jack Ryan, their catcher, is up at the plate.
Number 14, Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan, excuse me if I said that wrong. So we are not having interviews tonight as we don't have a second mic. Second game in a row, we don't have that second mic to have interviews in here. But we will get them again soon. We'll get all the players interviewed eventually. We have plenty of home games to do that. Just missed a couple games. We'll get a second mic in here soon. Be able to do interviews in the bottom of the 3rd and bottom of the 7th. And there's the pitch home, and that is ball 2. Jack Ryan with 1 out, up in the count 2-0, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 1.
2-1. 2-1, 2-2. 2-1.
Adam Quincy down on the count 2-1. Here's the pitch, and another big swing and a miss. When he is throwing strikes, they are not getting their barrel on it. 2-2 on Jack Ryan. See if we can get a 1-2-3 inning, which has been not very likely tonight. There is ball 3. So a full count right after I say that. See if Adam Quincy can get the strikeout, or if Jack Ryan will work the walk. Here's the payoff pitch. He just spoils it off. Or maybe he missed it, and they throw down to first in time. I thought he might have gotten a piece of that, but it must have gotten out of Phillips Daniels' glove. He swung, he went fishing for it, and they throw down to Jack Nielsen in time.
The first baseman, number 16, James Duncan.
This catcher's had a hard time keeping up with the ball tonight.
So James Duncan, their first baseman, up to bat, the lefty-lefty matchup. Adam Quincy makes him swing and miss. Adam Quincy is dealing right now. Lots of swings and misses here for Adam Quincy. Pitch home is outside. Doesn't fool him with that pitch. Still a big crowd for River Bandit faithful. Municipal Stadium. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and another swing and a miss. It goes fishing again. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and he ropes that down the third base line and out of play. Here's the 1-2 again, and that is way inside. Almost hits him for ball 2. James Duncan almost gets drilled with that pitch from Adam Quincy. The 2-2 pitch is down in the dirt. Full count again. Adam Quincy's payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gets 3 strikeouts in the inning, and Adam Quincy went dealing there in the top of the 7th. We'll see him here, back in the bottom of the 7th, for the River Bandits' chance to extend their 7-3 lead on YouTube Live. Armani Newton leading off for the River Bandits here in the bottom of the 7th with a lefty-lefty matchup against a new pitcher for the Outer Banks Scallywags. And there's a big swing and a miss from Armani Newton. The new pitcher for the Scallywags, Ryan Gorberg, believe that's how you pronounce it, had a 11, and that pitch is away, excuse me. He had an 11.57 ERA, 1 win in 7 appearances, 1 game started, 11 and 2/3 innings pitched, 14 hits, 15 earned runs, 9 walks, and 12 strikeouts. There's the pitch home, and that ball gets to the backstop.
Hey, good eye, kid.
2-1 count for Armani Newton.
No problem. I was looked out the corner of my eye. I was like, I can't believe what I'm seeing right here. Carney Lansford up here for you.
So Armani Newton up in the count 2-1 against Ryan Gorberg, their new pitcher, lefty pitcher, and that ball is outside for ball 3. So Armani Newton trying to get a leadoff walk here, and he swings and misses for strike 2.
He just straight up threw the ball past him. That is not.
I got your song.
Feels like the 10th full count of the game. So many full counts, lots of pitches added up for the pitching tonight. Lots of runners on the bags here in the bottom of the 7th. Well, no runners at the moment, but in the game, lots of runners on the bags. Here's the payoff pitch, and he breaks his bat, swings it over to second base to throw to first in time to get Armani Newton 8. Riley Finkelstein over to James Duncan as the bat flies to the pitcher, Ryan Gorberg.
The catcher, number 24, Phillips Daniels.
Phillips Daniels, our catcher tonight, at the plate.
Who, me? Really?
As that ball gets off the catcher's hands, Jack Ryan to the backstop for ball 1.
Good seeing you, man.
Armani Newton grounded out to second over to Riley Finkelstein with a broken bat for out number 1. 1-0 count here for Phillips Daniels. The pitch home is way inside, almost hits him. He backs out of the way, 2-0 count. Phillips Daniels ahead of the count, 2-0 with 1 out, nobody on base. As that ball gets in there for strike 1. River Bandits trying to extend the 7-3 lead. Can never have a lead too big as they demolish the Scallywags 15-3 in their last outing over in OBX. They love to add on to that lead as that ball is roped down the first base line and foul into their dugout.
Foul ball brought to you by Cotton Valley Golf Course.
So a 2-2 count with 1 out, nobody on base for Phillips Daniels as Ethan Barnes awaits on deck. The 2-2 pitch from Ryan Gorberg is upstairs for ball 3.
Game's starting to drag out.
Remember that one that we had last year that went to like
Almost hitting that 10 o'clock mark here in the bottom of the 7th.
30, 40 guys, please.
Here's the payoff pitch from Gorberg as that hits him in the leg as Phillips Daniels takes his trot over to first base, limping a little bit on that left-legged side.
Number 10, Ethan Barnes.
Phillips Daniels having some trouble over at first base, seems to be in a lot of pain. Our catcher gets hit in the left-handed side of his leg. I couldn't tell if it was the thigh or the knee, but he is limping, having trouble to stand up. He's getting some help over from our coaches walking back as we're going to have a pinch runner at first base. That'll be number 2 as I try to find out who exactly that is. I believe it's Boogie Saunders, but I do not want to tell you the wrong information. As I'm right, it was Boogie Saunders. He is having Phillips Daniels definitely going to be out for the rest of the game catching, having to be on his knees and over squatting behind the plate. He's going to be done for the night. He's in a lot of pain getting some help. Just got him stung. I can't tell if it was the knee or the thigh or the side of the hip, but he was hit on that left side, and obviously it's a lot of pain for Phillips Daniels. He's had a productive game behind the plate. The crowd is giving him a hand. Loud applause from the River Bandit faithful as he's walking back into the dugout. And this game will resume as Boogie Saunders is on first base, a speedy outfielder for the River Bandits. Someone else will be put behind the plate. We'll see if it's Josh Wilson or who's been playing the most behind the plate other than Phillips Daniels. Could be Colin Hughes as well. Colin Hughes has had some games in here for the River Bandits. Or it could even be Walt Williams. So lots of catchers here for the River Bandits. As Ethan Barnes stepping up at the plate after that hit by pitch on Phillips Daniels. Was also on a full count. Would have been better if he was just able to take the walk, not taking the hit. Here's the pitch home as that's high and outside for ball 1. So 1 out, 1 man on. Boogie Saunders on first. Pinch running for Phillips Daniels. Here's the pitch home. That ball just misses. Ball 2.
Stuff way too complicated. I mean, just give
2-0 count for Ethan Barnes ahead in the count. Boogie Saunders is running. He's going to slide in safely. The throw gets into center field. He's going to go 3. He is speedy. He's going to go in with no slide. Boogie Saunders, a great pinch run from Coach Crosby, putting in a speedy outfielder. Running on the bags, and then a errant throw from the catcher, Jack Ryan, gets above the second baseman. And Boogie Saunders gets into third safely with no slide. Ethan Barnes still ahead in the count, 2-1. Great job not to swing and let Boogie take that steal as that ball's inside for ball 3. So the pitcher is doing some kind of dance movements on the mound. I don't know what sign that was towards the catcher, Jack Ryan, but he is down in the count, 3-1. Boogie Saunders at third, the pitch home as he lines it down the first base line and foul.
Foul ball brought to you by Martindale Golf Course.
So another full count. We'll have another payoff pitch. Ryan Goberg's payoff pitch towards Ethan Barnes is in there for strike 3, out number 2.
another strikeout looking. How about that? Would have gone for it. I love it.
He watches that one clip the corner, and that'll be out number 2 as Boogie Saunders is still at third. And number 13 up to bat, number 13, will be Walt Williams, our catcher.
Number 13, Walt Williams.
Walt Williams, assuming he will take the place of Phillips Daniels there as he looks at ball one.
Registering on the gun at 94 from the left side. That's what coach told me.
So a runner on third. Boogie Saunders, 0-1 count. The pitch home for Walt Williams. He looks at strike two. Oh, 1-1, excuse me. So the 1-1 count for Walt Williams is in there for strike two. I haven't seen a lot of Walt Williams so far this season. Seen a lot of Phillips Daniels, Colin Hughes, and Josh Wilson. Walt Williams, I think this is his first appearance on the River Bandits, at least his first appearance at home. And that pitch, he's going to look at strike three, another backwards K for Gobert as he is hype, running over that first base chalk, running into the dugout. The River Bandits are going to strand Boogie Saunders at third. River Bandits still have a 7-3 lead as we head to the top of the eighth, just around 10 o'clock. We'll see you here in just a moment. We're back here in the top of the eighth as the River Bandits have a 7-3 lead against the OBX Scallywags, and Adam Quincy is still on the mound. As his pitch home is upstairs for ball one. Looking at the chat, Jack Quincy, number 38 is Adam Quincy, and that's your boy. He is dealing right now, Jack, excuse me. And the pitch home is big swing and a miss for Riley Finkelstein. Outer Banks Daredevils. Ash Amerlin is number 28. Excuse us in the press box. We did not have that number for him, and we thought that might have been a different pitcher. We didn't have the number for Gojer either. So I thought that was him. That is my bad. Ash Amerlin, I will announce that when he's up to pitch this next inning, which I expect him to be. Here's the 2-1 count, as there's another big swing and a miss for 2-2. Adam Quincy looking great out here in relief. Pitched the 7th and now the 8th inning as well. Here's the 2-2 pitch. As that's a big swing and a miss for strike three. Adam Quincy gets the strikeout for out number one.
The third baseman, number 11, Aiden Feather.
Whoa, what the heck kind of... What was that? Some kind of wild animal laughing in the distance.
as Adam Quincy's ball one is low for ball one. River Bandits trying to hold on to that 7-3 lead. With Adam Quincy still on the mound, no one else on the bags. The pitch home is upstairs for ball two. So the top of their lineup, Aiden Feather, the third baseman, up to bat, up 2 balls, 2 strikes, as that ball is upstairs above the letters for ball 3. 3 pitches, 3 balls in this the second at bat of this inning. And there's the pitch, and that ball's also up high for ball 4. A 4-pitch worked from Aiden Feather.
The shortstop, number 8, Alex Yoloa.
Man, I'm getting that urge to pee, but I can't go nowhere. Might have to use
Alex Uloa, their shortstop, up to bat with a man on and 1 out. Aiden Feather just worked a 4-pitch walk against Adam Quincy, as that ball is skied high into right field. Alex Uloa trips up. The right fielder makes the play. Eston Snyder gets under that ball in right field and throws it back into first for out number 2.
The left fielder, number 22, Hayden Freeze.
You think this is Quincy's last inning?
I wouldn't.
Adam Quincy has been dealing so far this game. We'll see if he comes out for this 9th inning, if he can get out of this inning right here, as he has 2 outs, and there's strike number 1 against batter Hayden Freeze, their left fielder, 3rd in the batting order for the Scallywags. Alex Uloa just flied out to right field, and there's a pitch home, and a swing and a miss from Hayden Freeze. Quincy up in the count, 0-2. River Bandits fans getting loud here at Municipal Stadium. Quincy's trying to strand that runner at first and keep the River Bandits lead 7-3. Here's the 0-2 pitch as he bloops that into shortstop territory and just over the head of Brandon Phillips, and now there's going to be a runner on first and second. Just a bloop shot over Brandon Phillips' head. He just can't get there in time. So still 2 outs. Now a runner in scoring position, and Josh Folks, the right fielder, up at the plate.
That was legit. I mean, and he hit it on him.
So Josh Folks with the big frame, the righty hitter, looks at strike 1. Not happy with that call. Thought that ball was low. Adam Quincy trying to get ahead of the count early here with 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position. Here's the pitch home as that's fouled back into the netting towards their dugout, and that's exactly what he does. He gets ahead of the count, 0-2. Adam Quincy looks in, looks at the sign, his 0-2 pitch. He strikes him out. Strike 3 swinging as Josh Folks goes down for out number 3. River Bandits strand 2, and Adam Quincy continues his amazing outing. The River Bandits will try to extend their lead in the bottom of the 8th, and we'll be back here on YouTube Live in just a moment to see that happen. J.B. Bell, the top of the River Bandits starting lineup, is up to bat. As the pitch comes home, outside, way to the backstop. Jack Ryan can't get a glove on that. That'll be ball one, as I made a mistake earlier in the game. This is Ash Amerlon. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. He is number 28 pitching.
Ash what?
Ash Amerlon.
Amaral?
So he had a great inning last inning. We'll see what he can do here. He has one ball against J.B. Bell, as that is upstairs for ball two.
Really? That was my fault. I mean, that's what was on the roster online.
J.B. Bell up in the count 2-0 as that breaking ball gets in there for strike one.
He's got nasty stuff this week.
Ash Amerlin has looked great out of the bullpen. Relieving for Evan Panjwani and Porter Barati, I believe his name was. And there is ball three.
Last time he did that, he took a guy out.
J.B. Bell trying to get on the bases for, I believe, the fourth time in his fourth at bat. One of them was a reach on error. Here's the pitch home, and that's exactly what he does. Works ball four. J.B. Bell has been everywhere this game, especially on the bags. Had a few great defensive plays earlier in the game to keep that River Bandit lead.
18, Preston Shelton.
So Preston Shelton up at the plate, our third baseman. J.B. Bell just worked the leadoff walk, no outs, as Preston Shelton steps up at the plate. Here's the pitch home, as he looks at strike one. Check swing. Amerland looks in at the sign, looks over at J.B. Bell at first base. He throws it, and that ball is low, ball one. Still a great crowd here at 10:09 p.m. on a Friday night in Tarboro Municipal Stadium. Smokey talking to fans as the 1-1 pitch gets in there for a strike. 1-2.
Is there any way we can get
1-2. Yeah, I got Timmy's number. I'm sure somewhere.
The 1-2 pitch home from Amerlon. The runner goes as he swings. He grounds it over to the third base side. The throw over to first base in time. He's going to try to get to third. The tag, and he is out. Great play from the defense. James Duncan's throw over to Aiden Feather, and the tag is applied. J.B. Bell wanted to get three, and he could not get it. 2 outs here for the River Bandits as a big turn of events here in the bottom of the eighth.
Number 27, Jack Nielsen.
This guy gets no applause.
Jack Nielsen at the plate. Jack Nielsen, our first baseman. With 2 outs and nobody on after that wild play on the bases. Some great defense from the Scallywags.
Carly messages me, I'm hungry.
Here's the pitch home, and that curveball is outside. Ball one.
She's at home.
You'll live like 3 minutes from Burger King.
There's nothing I can do for these people.
So the 1-0 pitch, Amerlon taking his time with no one on the bags now, is low for ball two. Definitely has a different approach when he doesn't have runners on the bases, doesn't want to let anyone run on him, and that's exactly what happened. A runner did run on him, a hit and run to be exact, and J.B. Bell gets thrown out at third.
I did. I announced it.
And that ball is low and gets to the backstop. Jack Ryan having trouble catching from Amerlon. So, excuse me, Jack Nielsen up in the count 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, no one's on the bases, and wow, ball just slipped out of Amerlon's hands, and that'll be ball 4. Eston Snyder at the plate with Jack Nielsen on first after he just worked a walk. Amerlon still on the mound. Looked great other than this past at bat, and that gets in there for strike 1. It's coming down to their last few outs for the Scallywags as they're trying to hold the River Bandits here, get into the top of the 9th, and they have 3 outs remaining to try to tie this game up. They're down 7-3. Some pitch home and a swing and a miss from Eston Snyder, down in the count 0-2 as Jack Nielsen stays on first base. Brandon Phillips on deck. Brandon Phillips would love another at-bat here. With Jack Nielsen on first. The 0-2 pitch from Amerlon is just upstairs. Eston Snyder with a good take. Now a 1-2 count. Jack Nielsen still at first, dancing around first. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that gets off the catcher Jack Ryan's foot over into our dugout for ball 2. So the crowd is having a chant, "Let's go Bandits," trying to get the runner, Jack Nielsen, and the batter, Eston Snyder, into it. Here's the 2-2 pitch. As that's low, and the runner goes, a slow jump, and he's going to get tagged out. Did not look like a good jump from Jack Nielsen. Nonetheless, River Bandits have a 7-3 lead heading into the top of the 9th. We'll see if they can maintain that lead. We'll see if Adam Quincy comes back out, because he has been dealing. We'll see you back here in just a few moments. Comascolo leading off for the OBX Scallywags in the top of the ninth as they are trying to come back from a 7-3 deficit. But Adam Quincy is back out on the mound, and he has been dealing this game. In relief, he has, I believe, went 3 innings and no runs allowed. He's trying to get his 4th inning out there. He has just looked amazing. And I think it's a great decision from Coach Crosby to keep him out there on the mound. Has that confidence high. Why put in someone new if he's dealing? So Comascolo, 1-1 count. He looks at a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. River Bandits 3 outs away from extending their record to 4-2. As there's a wave and a miss from Mascalo for strike 2. OBX with a loss would go to 1-4-1. Here's the pitch home as that is into center field. Ethan Barnes is there to make the play.
The designated hitter, number 9, Greer Farr.
And that'll bring up their DH, Greer Farr. Lefty batter here for the Scallywags. As Jack Ryan's on deck. Adam Quincy looking to go 1-2-3. He wants to see Farr and Ryan and end the game here. Already has 1 out in top of the 9th as he looks at strike 1.
I got to make it to the store, so I'm packing up and getting here.
The pitch home. Check swing. He does not go. Adam Quincy's 1-1 pitch is high for ball 2.
Man, I have to tinkle. Whew.
River Bandits just inching away at this win. It's 10-20, a later game for the River Bandits. 2-1 count, 1 out. Here's the pitch. In there for strike 2. Greer Farr at the plate in a 2-2 count situation. Adam Quincy's pitch home. He jams that. Jam shot over to first base. Nielsen makes the play over to first, and Quincy cannot catch the ball. A weird-looking bat, a weird-looking hit, just jams it over to Nielsen, and Quincy has to cover first in the throw. He tries to barehand it, it looks like, and it's just not there. Still 1 out. Man on first now. As Jack Ryan, their catcher, up to bat. Here's the pitch home. Check swing, no appeal, ball 1. There's the appeal. Still ball 1. Adam Quincy to end his night. A ground ball would just be so fitting. Here's the pitch, and that's fouled out of play behind the stadium. River Bandits trying to go 3-0 against the Scallywags here in early season play. Greer Farr at first base with a small lead as that clips the inside corner for strike 1. Strike 2, excuse me. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Quincy. The runner goes. That hits the dirt, and there's no throw over to second. Runner's going to be safe in scoring position. Greer Farr gets into second safely. And Jack Ryan takes that ball to make it a 2-2 count. Getting so close to this end of the game for the River Bandits. The crowd is sticking with it. Trying to watch this win for the River Bandits as that's a big swing and a miss for strike 3. Jack Ryan goes down hacking.
The first baseman, number 16, James Duncan.
That'll bring up James Duncan, their first baseman, their final out. And he just fouls that off into the netting. James Duncan looking to get on base, try to get that runner at second home. Greer Farr over at second, not a big lead. Adam Quincy trying to end his night. As that pitch hits the dirt, Greer Farr is going to go to third, and he's going to get in with no throw. Wild pitch from Quincy. Now Greer Farr at third. The pitch home, the 1-1 pitch. Another big swing and a miss. Adam Quincy. Adam Quincy has been doing that consistently all night, making batters miss. Other than that jam shot earlier in the inning. Not much of it. Here's the 1-2 count with 2 outs to win the game. He grounds it out during the first base line and foul.
Let me hear you, Bandit fans.
River Bandit fans getting loud as we're 1 pitch away from Adam Quincy and the River Bandits to take a win in Tarboro Municipal Stadium against the OBX Scallywags. Here's Adam Quincy's pitch. As that ball's way inside, got to back up, almost drills him. 2-2 count. James Duncan. All the pressure on him with a 2-2 count. Adam Quincy's 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Adam Quincy strikes out James Duncan to end the game, and strands Greer Farr at third. River Bandits take the win 7-3 as we will play again on Monday against the Virginia Beach Sea Dogs. OBX now 0-3 against the River Bandits this season and 1-4-1 on the season, and the River Bandits are 4-2 on the season. We'll see you back here in just a moment for a very quick post-game show. And the River Bandits take the win 7-3 against the OBX Scallywags. Adam Quincy looks great on the mound in relief of Camden Martindale. Crockett also great in relief to get out of a bases inning jam in about the 4th inning created from Camden Martindale. He also gets out of his own bases loaded jam. So lots of runners stranded on the base for the River Bandits, or for the Scallywags, matter of fact. Actually, both sides had a lot stranded on the bags. This could have been a much higher scoring game. Still a 7-3 win. River Bandits will take it. No bad thoughts for the River Bandits as they head to 4-2 and play the Virginia Beach Sea Dogs on Monday at 7. I'll see you back here. I'm Dominic Kasulki. I'll be back at 7 o'clock on Monday as we face the Virginia Beach Sea Dogs.